Hello everybody, let me reset the background real quick. Hope everyone's doing well. So I'm gonna put on a hat real quick. It is currently our 16th episode of For Week Ahead sports show. Hope you're able to make it or watch for live on demand. For LOD or VOD. Once again, episode 16, it's Thursday, June 26th. Let's go over some weather real quick. Let's see what weather's going to be like this weekend. It looks like we got some light rain for tonight until 9. 85% chance at 9. 1 second, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Tomorrow, a 70% chance of thunderstorms, 85-72. Saturday, rainy, 84-69. Sunday, sunny, 87-64. Monday, rainy, 55%, 85-69. Tuesday, 55% chance of rain, 82-69. Air quality in Northeast Ohio is good right now. Right now, our first light is at 5:15. Sunrise was at 5:51. Sunset is at 8:59. Last light 9:30. 15 hours of daylight. We're getting to that max amount of daylight, which will be coming up in July. Almost there. We got about 0.05 inches of rain in the last 6 hours. 4% illumination on the moon. 12 miles availability. Clear view. Good pressure. Good. Humidity is pretty high, 82%. Our first topic, and before we go into that, make sure you drop a like. We have a Facebook below in the description. Please follow us on there and share on that social media as well. Our first topic, and I said drop a like, comment. It helps our algorithm. Drop a sub if you're not a sub. You do need to be a sub to be subscribed. You do need to subscribe to comment. But if you subscribe, you're instantly able to comment, and should say that on YouTube as well. First is our funny topic, which is about the toe strap tail at Road America for IndyCar last week. During the Expel Grand Prix at Road America last week, Yuko's college's Connor Daly, who I like, he has a YouTube channel, shout out to him, ended up driving away with a tow rope still attached to his car after being pulled from a gravel trap on lap 22. He slid into the gravel while fighting. David Malukas, the safety crew, used a tow rope to pull him out, but Daly restarted before it was disconnected. Will Buxton quoted, "Car has developed a tail. Connor Daly, they haven't disconnected the tow rope. It's just crazy because of what happened and how it's also kind of unsafe. He got a penalty for it." Daly later apologized to the safety crew on Instagram, thanking them and acknowledging his mistake, promised to bounce back in Ohio. He's a little bit dangerous, but nothing really too crazy. He was saying on his show as well, a lot of it was due to he's not able to see those guys because of a screen. And you see a lot of times in the pit crew, he explained, you see guys on their knees to try to communicate to them because of how they have that protecting screen. It's hard to see people around them. So he said he didn't see him. So once he saw the safety guy get off his car, he thought he was good. He wasn't. Honest mistake. And I think it was fine. Nothing really too big of a deal. We'll go into the F1 standings. And I say look it up on YouTube. We went over that last week after Canada. Out of top 5, we have Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Antonelli in the top 10. Albon, Ocon, Hadjar. For our teams, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Williams. NASCAR last week was at Pocono, beautiful racetrack. Briscoe won, Chase Briscoe. He won by 0.682 seconds, which is awesome. Got 57 points for it. Joe Gibbs Racing, number 19, drives a Toyota. Denny Hamlin got second. Ryan Blaney got third. Briscoe started 6th. Hamlin started 2nd. Blaney started 20th. The best lap was Denny Hamlin. Bouchard got 4th. Chase Elliott got 5th. Nemechek got 6th. Larson got 7th. Ryan Preece got 8th. Krasowski got 9th. Cindric got 10th. Bowman got 11th. Berry got 12th. Eric Jones got 13th. Taguez got 14th. Suarez got 15th. Joey Logano got 16th. Bell at 17th. Hovar, Harley, and Busch. Allmendinger. Next race for NASCAR is Saturday, June 28th at 7 p.m. this weekend. Quaker Steak 400. Sponsored by Walmart, it looks like. It's in Hamilton, Georgia at Echo Park Speedway, 260 laps, 400.4 miles. Watch on TNT. We'll be quick because Hunter wasn't able to make it this weekend. Today. He had to work a little bit over. So, good for him for working. IndyCar's last race. Alex Palou won. Starting position second. Got first for Chip Ganassi. 6 laps led. Rosenquist got second. Fucci got third. Kirkwood got fourth. Armstrong, Simpson, David Malukas, Noah Siegel, Scott Dixon. Venus VK. Louis Foster, Scott McLaughlin, Alexander Rossi, Will Power, Callum Hoyt, Elliott, Colton Herter, Pato Ward did bad, Mermishan, Christian Mermishan, David Francesco, Graham Rahal, Marcus Erickson, Connor Daly, Jacob Bagel, Christian Lundgaard, Joseph Newgarden, Stingray Rob Schwartzman, rookie. Alright. Kind of already talked about the tow rope issue. There were multiple incidents, including spins and crashes by Schwartzman, Rob, and Newgarden. Made it a pretty good 55 laps. I enjoyed listening to it. There's a long races too, being in Road America long track. Alex Palou and Scott Dixon fought hard, but a late pit by Dixon because of his fuel issue and not being able to fuel calculate right or fuel save paved way for Palou's 6-1 of the season. Palou's crew played it perfectly, surviving the heat and using fuel strategy to clutch victory and extend his championship lead. They're very smart people there, in my opinion. Palou's win puts him at a commanding 93 points, and halfway through the season, a huge lead. For engagement, kind of dipped. TV viewership dipped about 781K viewers on Fox, a 10% drop from last year. The season remains positive overall, especially how well Indy did. It's a little bit not the most exciting track. Hopefully Mid-Ohio, which will be in 2 weeks, does better. I got to see Pato O'Ward win there last year after getting pole at the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. 200 miles. It's a short track, so pretty fun. It's July 6th at 1 p.m. on Fox. Lexington, Ohio, right outside Mansfield. That's in 8 days, a little bit less than 17 hours. I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to go to the NBA. The Thunder rolled and heartbreak in Game 7. On June 22nd, 2025, Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Indiana Pacers 103-91, claiming the first NBA title since 1979 as the Seattle Supersonics, and the franchise first in Oklahoma City without Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook. Season's finale, Thunder won 4-3, conquering adversity and stealing the deal in a high-stakes season cup. Early in the game, Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton suffered a devastating Achilles injury, even got it worse pretty much, seriously impacting their momentum. He wasn't playing. Thunder pulled away with a dominant 34 at the 23rd quarter, fueled by defensive and transition baskets, which is very good if you can make baskets in transition while you're good at defense, get some blocks, some turnovers, you're set. You can have a sip of water real quick. And the MVP was by SGA, Sal Gilgeous Alexander. Delivered 29 points and 12 assists, securing both finals and regular season MVP honors in a single season. I didn't even know he got regular season MVP, which is awesome, a rare feat. Sounds like some LeBron stuff. Consecutive three-pointers and leadership through crunch time is basically why they ended up winning. With a 84 combined win season, Thunders joined elite company with Jordan's 1996 Bulls, become one of the youngest champions ever as well. Which is Cinderella run. Pacers starting off beating the Cavs, which sucked, underdogs night of the finals, setting a record for 5 15-point comebacks in the playoffs, but were immediately undone by Halliburton, the Pacers, which would have been insane if they were able to win it, but they couldn't because he was hurt. To me, a lot of it was Halliburton's injury. That would have made a way more exciting Game 7, and they may have probably been able to win. But however, SGA's MVP was just crazy. His leadership on both ends, and he's the best Finals MVP in a while to me. I'm sorry if you're able to hear that. Got something in my ear. This is kind of nice though because there's been several different NBA champions over the last several seasons, and it kind of shows that we're not at the super team NBA anymore, which I really like. There shouldn't be super teams in the NBA, and we are not really getting that anymore either. So that's really good to see. Even teams like LeBron's Nuggets are not doing well. Any team of KD hasn't done well, even though he just got traded. KD last week was traded to Houston, which would be awesome, and it would be cool to see how he does, but I probably think he's just going to fade out like he always has. The next F1 race is in Austria. MC Cruises Austrian Grand Prix. Free practice 1 starts in about 12 hours. Free practice 1's at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Free practice 2 is at 11 a.m. Free practice 3 is Saturday at 6:30 a.m. Qualifying is Saturday at 10 a.m. The race is at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So exciting. This is Red Bull's track. For Red Bull Ring is what they call it. It is one of the easiest courses. It's only 10 turns. It's like a NASCAR track. A lot of straightaways. The main straight, where they start a long straight, they go into another long straight after basically a 90-degree turn. Then they kind of do an over 90-degree turn, like a 130 after the second one, which is major, to a long straightaway, to kind of like a small inside, to more straightaways. There's only 2 DRS zones, though, on the 2 long straights. This is in Austria, kind of in the woods, really pretty. The elevation is minimum at 720 meters, and it goes up to 785, which is pretty high. It's on Spielberg. Circuit length is 4.3 kilometers. Distance total for the race is 306. Number of laps 71. They go clockwise, and it was established in 1970. For the lap record is Lewis Hamilton in 2017 at 1 minute 7 seconds, 7.411 seconds. A lot of times Red Bull designs their car for this, so it's going to be competitive. And like how last year it was, it's going to be competitive with McLaren, and it's probably going to cause many issues. So I'm excited to see that. It'll be interesting. Last year, Lando crashed into Max, and they had issues. Max didn't do well. He didn't finish well after, I think, starting first or second. I think he finished 5th or 6th, and Lando DNF'd because of a crash. Hopefully Lando could finish this year, and both McLarens do better. I actually think it's going to be a McLaren, Mercedes, maybe even Ferrari type of weekend. But maybe Red Bull third. Max is always competitive, but we know his drivers are not. Max Verstappen's also 1 penalty, like we said, away from a ban, 1 point away from a ban. During his home GP, like we said last week, I think he even got a penalty for hitting, maybe last year, but maybe not. So it'll be interesting. I think he needs to do it slow, not try to hit people. McLaren's internal overtime with Piastri and Norris will be interesting because they'll keep fighting. There was a collision in Canada. Both had a tense debrief. Now they confront each other, so they'll be okay. I don't know if McLaren could avoid it because they're both hot-headed and they both won for championship. They're both good. I feel like it's Lando's turn, but Oscar's playing better, racing better, and he has better management. I think that's a lot of it. Him having Mark Webber in his ear really helps him out. However, there's air quality concerns, early week heat, and potential haze from nearby wildfires can impact air visibility, like in Canada. And engine performance, sorry about that, and driver endurance. But they'll be able to address these conditions and strategy very well. They've raced in wildfires before. I think Russell, first off his Canadian GP win, enters Austria for momentum and backing from new FIA penalty guidelines. I think they won. They did win last year in Austria. No, they may have because of that crash. I think Georgia won, and then Lewis won in Spa. So Mercedes has raced well here, like I'm saying. They might be able to win. Antonelli, got the podium last 2 weeks ago in Canada, which is awesome. Dino Belodjonic and Alex Dune are taking part in practice here in Austria, which would be cool. It would be cool to see some rookies, fresh faces, and I kind of think Anton like can keep it coming. This is an easy track. If a car could be fast, that's great. It's fast, short, like I said before. It sits in a natural mountain bowl. Great for overtakes, but hard on brakes. Interesting to hear. And if it's in a bowl, that might help with smoke, but unless the smoke goes into a bowl, then it might be able to drop into where it's at. I kind of like this track. Being in Austria, it's very pretty. Being in the woods, you see all these trees. One of my favorites to watch. Make sure you watch it. That's actually my last topic, too. This is a quick one. It's maybe 15 minutes. 20 minutes so. Just me, which is awesome. Running it down. I hope everyone's having a great night. I kind of want to be quick, a little bit quick tonight. It's just being me, and I'm kind of beat this week, so I really hope everyone's having a great week. Like we talked about on Monday, it was nice. I hope everyone had a great start. We didn't have healthy living. Me and Trevor were a little bit too busy this week. We'll try to have it Sunday. Any comments, input, please drop a comment, like, sub. In our descriptions below, we have a Facebook, so please follow us on there. Any other comments you could drop on there. We post every single show on there as well. Tried to a little bit before. A couple hours. Today was a little bit late because I was busy. Hope everyone has a great Friday. We're almost there for the weekend. We're going to have some great races coming up, and it'll be fun to watch. Other sports are kind of light with for Guardians, which actually I'll talk a little bit before we end. But I really am excited for F1 to be back. This is a good race. We'll go over some of the F1 calendars as well. Because after this week, we have a British Grand Prix, which is great, July 4th through 6th. Then we actually have a break before Belgium, which will be fun. Because obviously, as we know, Mercedes won Great Britain and Austria last year. I think they got some penalties. So, for Guardians, next game is Friday, 6:27 on Apple TV Plus at 7:10. They play the Cardinals. Guardians are currently one game over 500 at 40-39. Cardinals are 44-38. We lost to the Blue Jays our last game, 6-0, and I think this was yesterday. And we lost again in 10 innings on Wednesday. So back-to-back games, maybe a rain delay, it was in Cleveland. 4-5, lost to Blue Jays. But we won. I mean, we won on Wednesday the first game, the 10-inning game, 5-4. And we lost to the Blue Jays the first game out of the series, so we went 1-2. 10-6. And once again, we had those athletic games, so it'll be interesting. We have this St. Louis series at home. We'll be playing Saturday and Sunday. Then in July, we start off with the Cubs, which will be playing in Chicago, 7-1 to 7-3. Then we'll actually be back home for 4th of July, Friday and Saturday to play Detroit. For Sunday, I mean, as well. So we have the Cubs in Detroit. Cubs are 48-33. We'll probably lose a lot of those. Tigers are 51-31. Scary. So, hard part of the season. We'll have to see how the bats hit. They haven't been hitting too well, and our pitchers need to keep doing what they're doing. So, hope everyone has a great night. Any other comments? Please drop a like, sub. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Lets you know that you like the content. Any other things you want to see, please talk about it. I love to be